Yo, let's talk about Costa Rica, the land of pura vida. This phrase isn't just a catchy slogan, it's a way of life that embodies the spirit of the country. Pura vida translates to pure life, but it means so much more. It's about living life to the fullest, appreciating the simple things, and embracing a laid-back, positive attitude. It's not just a greeting, it's a whole vibe. When you hear someone say pura vida, they're not just saying hello or goodbye, they're sharing a piece of their culture, a reminder to slow down and enjoy the moment. It's a philosophy that permeates every aspect of life in Costa Rica, from the way people interact with each other to how they approach their daily routines. Imagine a country where sloths outnumber people, the rainforest is basically your backyard, and the coffee's so good it should be illegal. Spoiler alert, it's not. Costa Rica is a paradise for nature lovers, with its lush rainforests, diverse wildlife, and stunning landscapes. The country's commitment to environmental conservation is evident in its numerous national parks and protected areas, which cover more than a quarter of its land. But Costa Rica's story didn't start with zip-lining tourists and Instagram-worthy beaches. Long before it became a hotspot for adventure seekers and social media influencers, Costa Rica was home to ancient civilizations and rich cultural traditions. The country's history is a tapestry of indigenous heritage, colonial influences, and a unique path to modernity. This little nation tucked between Nicaragua and Panama has a history as rich and vibrant as its ecosystem. From the indigenous tribes who first settled the land to the Spanish colonizers who left their mark, Costa Rica's past is filled with fascinating stories and significant events. The country's strategic location has made it a crossroads of cultures and a melting pot of influences. We're talking ancient civilizations, colonial shenanigans, and a dedication to peace that's more hardcore than a yoga retreat. Costa Rica abolished its military in 1948, choosing to invest in education and healthcare instead. This bold move has made it one of the most peaceful and stable countries in the region. So buckle up, amigos. Let's take a trip through time and uncover the wild ride that is Costa Rica's past. From the ancient artifacts and colonial architecture to the modern-day achievements, there's so much to explore and learn about this incredible country. Each chapter of its history offers a glimpse into the resilience and spirit of its people. Trust me, this ain't your average history lesson. We're diving deep into the heart and soul of Costa Rica, uncovering the stories that have shaped its identity. Whether it's the vibrant festivals, the traditional music and dance, or the innovative approaches to sustainability, there's something here for everyone. This is about to get lit, so get ready to experience Costa Rica like never before. From its breathtaking natural beauty to its rich cultural heritage, this journey is going to be unforgettable. Pura vida, my friends. Way before Columbus discovered America, spoiler alert, indigenous people were already there, just saying, Costa Rica was bumpin' with indigenous tribes. These tribes were the true pioneers of the land, living in harmony with nature and each other. They had a rich culture and history that often gets overshadowed by the arrival of Europeans. We're talking about the Corotega, the Huetar, the Baruca, and more, each with their own language, culture, and swag. Think intricate goldwork, impressive pottery skills, and a deep connection to nature that would put any modern-day environmentalist to shame. These tribes were masters of their crafts, creating beautiful artifacts that have stood the test of time. The Corotega were known for their pottery, which was not only functional, but also incredibly artistic. The Huetar tribe, on the other hand, were skilled in goldwork, creating intricate pieces that were both beautiful and symbolic. The Baruca tribe had their own unique artifacts, each telling a story of their rich heritage and deep connection to the land. These tribes didn't just live off the land, they lived with it. Their sustainable practices were ahead of their time, showing a respect for nature that is often lacking in today's world. They understood the importance of maintaining a balance with their environment, ensuring that they could continue to thrive for generations to come. These OG Costa Ricans were all about sustainable living, respecting the land, and probably throwing some epic dance parties under the stars. Their celebrations were not just about having a good time, they were a way to honor their gods, their ancestors, and the natural world around them. Imagine dancing under the stars, surrounded by the sounds of nature, celebrating life and the world around you. These ancient dance rituals were a way to connect with the cosmos, to feel a part of something greater than themselves. They were the original Pura Vida crew, living in harmony with nature long before it was trendy. Their way of life was a testament to the idea that true happiness comes from living in balance with the world around you. So next time you hear Pura Vida, remember the OG Costa Ricans who truly embodied this philosophy. Fast forward to 1502, enter Christopher Columbus, the OG lost tourist. He rocks up on the Caribbean coast, sees some gold jewelry and thinks, jackpot, this place must be overflowing with riches. Hence the name Costa Rica, meaning rich coast. Plot twist? It wasn't. Don't get me wrong, Costa Rica is rich, but in biodiversity, not gold. Turns out the indigenous population wasn't too keen on sharing their resources or becoming best buddies with the Spanish. Can't really blame them, right? Thus began a period of colonization that was, let's just say, complicated. For the next few centuries, Costa Rica was under Spanish rule, a period marked by the imposition of Spanish culture, language, and religion. The Spanish crown saw the region as a distant outpost, not particularly rich in resources compared to other parts of Latin America, which, surprise, surprise, wasn't exactly a picnic. The local population faced numerous hardships, including forced labor and the spread of European diseases. The Spanish authorities were more focused on extracting wealth from their more lucrative colonies. But unlike other Latin American colonies, Costa Rica didn't have the same level of exploitation. The absence of large-scale mining operations meant that the Spanish didn't invest heavily in the region. Costa Rica didn't have massive gold mines or silver deposits that attracted the Spanish in other areas. This lack of mineral wealth made it less appealing for extensive colonial exploitation, or a huge indigenous population to exploit. The indigenous communities that did exist were relatively small and dispersed, making it difficult for the Spanish to impose their will as effectively as they did elsewhere. So the Spanish kind of shrugged and were like, fine, whatever. They didn't see much potential for wealth, so they didn't put in the effort to develop the region extensively. Just grow us some coffee. Coffee became one of the main agricultural products, and it played a significant role in shaping the country's economy and social structure. This lack of centralized wealth turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Without the heavy hand of Spanish exploitation, Costa Rica was able to develop more organically. It meant Costa Rica developed a more egalitarian society, with small-scale farmers and a strong sense of community. The absence of large estates and plantations allowed for a more balanced distribution of land and resources, and a strong sense of community. By the 19th century, Costa Rica was like, you know what? We got this whole independence thing down. The people had developed a unique identity and a sense of self-reliance. You know what? We got this whole independence thing down. And in 1821 they pieced out of the Spanish Empire like a boss. The move towards independence was relatively peaceful, compared to the bloody struggles seen in other parts of Latin America. They pieced out of the Spanish Empire like a boss. This laid the foundation for the stable and democratic society that Costa Rica is known for today. A nation that values education, peace, and environmental sustainability. Post-independence, Costa Rica was all about that coffee life, and it thrived. They even built a fancy opera house with coffee money because, why not? It was a symbol of their success. Then came the bananas, with American companies like the United Fruit Company setting up shop and expanding rapidly. Now let's be real, this period wasn't without its problems and challenges. Foreign companies wielded a lot of power, and there were social inequalities that couldn't be ignored. But Costa Rica was also busy building a democratic system, investing in education, and laying the groundwork for a more progressive future. In 1948, Costa Rica did something radical. They abolished their army. You heard that right. No military, no war, just peace, man. Instead of guns and tanks, they invested in education, healthcare, and protecting their environment. Talk about a power move. Today, Costa Rica is a global leader in sustainability, with renewable energy powering the entire country. They've got universal healthcare, free education, and a higher life expectancy than the United States. All this, and they still manage to produce some of the best coffee and chocolate in the world. Coincidence? I think not. So, there you have it. From ancient civilizations to colonial mishaps, from coffee-fueled opera houses to a peaceful paradise, Costa Rica's history is a testament to the power of resilience, innovation, and a whole lot of pura vida. They've shown the world that a small nation can make a big difference, proving that sometimes the rich coast isn't about material wealth, but about the richness of life itself. And that, my friends, is something worth celebrating. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to book a flight to Costa Rica. Pura Vida.